Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Well, it's back to the comic this week, and we're finally getting to the climax of Cobra's evil virus plot. And it's about frickin' time, considering that this has been going on for 5 frickin' issues now.
And the sad thing is, this isn't even the end of the Dr. Venom story arc, but it is a highlight. So let's take a look at issue 16, Night Attack. The cover is certainly promising. Destro and Hawk locked in mortal combat, with Cobra Commander himself involved. Jets are flying and things are exploding. The first page apparently drops us right in the action as the Joes are firing on a group of Cobra Hiss tanks. Once you turn the page, however, it becomes clear this is just a training exercise.
Well played, comic. Well played.
This issue is supposed to be the big payoff for Cobra's evil plan and their individual schemes to boot. So naturally, we take the time out to introduce new characters. Since, well, we have toys to sell. We meet 2 new Joes during the training exercise, CoverGirl and Tripwire. They take out an impressive number of tanks in short order, and we quickly learn that Tripwire is a klutz. Oof! They's mines. I know they're yours.
Those explosives could kill dozens of people.
We also learn that CoverGirl is delightful when she's introduced to Scarlet. Let's reserve our judgment till we see how she holds up in a real battle. Better than your face has, dearie. Zing!
Because when 2 women meet in a professional environment, it always devolves into a catfight. Am I right, fellas? No, seriously, who the hell wrote this? The World Wrestling Entertainment writers?
Let's leave our heroes and switch to something completely different.
No, really. You see, there's a Cobra leadership meeting, and with all the intrigues and backstabbing and murder plots, it pretty much could have come straight out of Game of Thrones. Though, admittedly, with a lot less nudity.
Even the setting seems to fit. They're sitting at a candlelit table with goblets of wine, though how the commander is supposed to drink, I have no freaking idea.
Trust me, this isn't easy. I've been drinking out of a straw for the last 18 months.
They are celebrating the addition of Major Blood to the team, and they seem like a happy, harmonious bunch. Then we see what they're actually thinking at the time. The commander hates Blood for being a suck-up, but needs him to kill Destro. Blood doesn't like Scarface for some reason, who himself is worried that he's backed the wrong horse by siding with Destro. Destro, meanwhile, is worried the commander will act against him or the Baroness. Dr. Venom is being his usual douchebag self by claiming that he is the real menace they should be afraid of. Yeah, sure, buddy. The Baroness, meanwhile, as per usual, has the coolest ideas. So many contradicting plots and ambitions. How can I use them to my advantage? I love the Baroness.
You know, it would be helpful if you could actually hear what people are thinking in the real Game of Thrones. Let's see. What is Tyrion thinking?
Look at you.
Oh God, I'm blind! Both of them? And with a cauliflower? Ugh. I'm never ever trying that again.
Anyway, there's more scheming and double talk, but the important part is the reveal that this whole dinner party was set in a truck that's moving towards Washington, D.C. They plan to use the toxin Venom created to poison America's money supply at the source, the Bureau for Printing and Engraving. Back with the Joes, Hawk has guessed that this is their plan, but Cobra has leaked information that suggests they are going to attack the Capitol building instead. So most resources will be allocated there. If the Joes want to guard the treasury, they're on their own. Hawk seems to be wrong about the treasury, as the sky above the Capitol fills with enemy airplanes and paratroopers.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This seems far-fetched in this new post-9/11 world. But you have to remember, this was the 80s! The middle of the Cold War! Meaning it's even more far-fetched.
Meanwhile, however, Cobra has reached the treasury, and Dr. Venom prepares to poison the ink with his deadly virus. The Joes are ready, though.
In the most absurd way possible. Because you see, Torpedo is part of the team. Let's see if you can spot him.
Yeah, he's there. In full scuba gear and with a spear gun. What, was he hanging out in the Potomac when he got the call? It's hard to come up with an explanation here, but what I think happened was that the artist just had a set of character designs and decided not to improvise. I don't think that it was an edict from Hasbro that the characters had to look like their toys all the time, since we do see them in different costumes or clothes occasionally. With things going south for Cobra, Dr. Venom decides to just blow up the now toxic barrels, and shoots his escort for good measure, just in case they turn on him. He then knocks out Scarface, since the good doctor has a grudge against him. Yeah, he kills some nameless goon, but the guy he's actually pissed at, well, he just knocks out. Because he's a mad scientist, I guess? Meanwhile, at the Capitol, they figured out that the attack was just a ruse, as the planes were radio-controlled miniatures, and the paratroopers were just dolls. Now, this isn't actually product placement, as you might suspect, but it is something that really happened during World War II. The Allies would drop miniature fake paratroopers to make it seem an invasion was taking place at the wrong location, distracting the Germans. Venom alerts Cobra Commander and he crashes the party just as the Joes have defused Venom's bomb. With Tripwire, Torpedo, and Gung-Ho captured, and Cobra still in control of the toxin, things are looking grim. Luckily, CoverGirl comes to the rescue in the Wolverine tank, and a tense battle erupts. In the middle of all this insanity, Cobra Commander decides it would be the perfect moment to further complicate matters by taking out Destro. So he orders Major Blood to kill him. However, the Baroness, who's driving Blood's tank, catches on and swerves, causing them to crash. Trapped and with a broken leg, she pleads for Blood to save her, but he runs off.
That's cold, dude.
And we finally see the explosion I mentioned in my Baroness review, with the both comical and tragic image of the Baroness's glasses flying off.
Don't worry, she got better. Oh, and if you thought that that was the end of the drama for this issue, you ain't seen nothing yet.
During the confusion, the Commander, Venom, and Destro make a break for it, but Destro has gone catatonic after seeing the love of his life blown into a million pieces. Allegedly. Dr. Venom takes this opportunity to remind me why I hate him and want him to die. All this over the Baroness. Love is simply overestimating the difference between any one given woman and another.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Meanwhile, Hawk has decided that he's had quite enough of all of Cobra's crap, so he takes matters in his own hands and leaps onto their tank. He proceeds to beat the crap out of Cobra Commander and the revitalized Destro with his bare hands. And considering both of them wear hard masks, that's gotta hurt him more than it hurts them. Cobra Commander grabs his gun but is unsure who he wants to kill. He seems to have forgotten that a gun usually carries more than one bullet in it. So, who will he kill?
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best.
Old and overused joke stolen from Tigwatig? Check! I am way too proud of that.
Hawk is shot in the back, and we don't know how bad it is, as our comic ends with Scarface sneaking away from the scene, vowing revenge on Dr. Venom. Yeah, get in line, buddy. So that was Night Attack, and here's my conclusion.
Wow! That's the word for it, really. Wow! It was a great story, packed with action, drama, and even humor. And it leaves the reader once again wanting more.
What's the fate of Hawk and the Baroness? Will the bad guys get away? And how does Cobra Commander drink in that mask? It's all very, very intriguing. I have only one small point of criticism. With so much going on, did they really have to cram 2 new characters in? Well, 3 if you count Major Blood, though he was briefly seen in the last issue. I get that this comic is supposed to promote toys. That's basically its raison d'etre. But they really should have picked a less jam-packed issue to do it in. Overall, this was a great climax to Cobra's evil plot, but the Dr. Venom story arc goes on.
See you next week, everybody.